Hello everyone, it's me Arif, and today we have a long-term review for the OnePlus 5. So I bought it used back in January 2021 and I have used it as my personal device for the whole time. Currently, the device is being used by my mother. Anyhow, these are my personal opinions regarding the device and I'll try my best to review it. However, if there is anything you'd like to know further, do leave a comment below. I'll try my best to update as soon as possible. Alright, let's begin with the design. Firstly, the device feels premium even after these many years. The aluminum back and the frame has held up way better than I expected. As you can see, there are no wear and tear even after being dropped multiple times. I should also mention that the device was used with the cover the whole time, so maybe your results might vary from mine. Other than that, it is one of the old devices I own with such pristine conditions. I'm quite attracted to this design mainly because it looks like the iPhone 7 Plus, which is one of my favorite phone, and it's simple and minimal and nothing flashy. There are 3 colors available and all of them are quite dull in my opinion. However, I'm a fan of the matte black color, but it's quite prone to getting scratches, so here I have the soft gold, but I believe black is the most common color you can find in the market nowadays. Next up, the CPU here is Snapdragon 835 and my variant is the 6GB RAM with 64GB storage. There is no microSD card slot. Quite controversial move back then. However, with the 64 gigs these days, it's not enough for me. Anyhow, even after these many years, the device feels fast. The unlocking speed, the app launch times are still competitive with my S20 FE. The main reason why Oxygen OS was always the leader. But anyhow, I feel like I should mention that the device gets pretty hot under stressful operations, such as video recording, editing, and gaming. For my heavy use condition, I got no major complaints except for the heating issue and the random app crashes. The RAM optimization from Oxygen OS is amazing. I can launch and use multiple applications at a time, and returning to that application after a while would still launch me to my previous screen. Next up, about gaming in OnePlus 5. I played a lot of games in this device during my usage, which includes Minecraft, Call of Duty, PUBG, Asphalt 8, 9, and few other small indie games. Honestly, all of the games runs at 60 FPS log. Dare I say, it's a great gaming device. However, the aluminum back heats up after 45 minutes or so, but if you want to multitask while gaming, it's possible with the 6GB RAM. Sometimes I can be at a Call of Duty session while watching YouTube and texting someone on WhatsApp at the same time. 6GB RAM in 2022 is a good choice considering the apps we use these days. It has 3300 mAh battery and 2022 wise it is quite low compared to the other devices in the market. Let's talk numbers. Me personally, I'm a heavy user and I have to charge it every 5 hours or so, but I need to mention the standby time is amazing in this device. Once I have left the phone at home for 2 days and upon returning it was still 32% full. That made me rethink about my current device choice and what Samsung is doing with their battery optimization. With 3300 mAh and my heavy usage, the battery drains so fast. I sometimes have to charge it every 4 hours or so while being away from home. I was using a lot of camera, GPS, YouTube and music playing in the background. Since I begin my day at 9 AM and ended at 8 PM, it is not an ideal device for me. A power bank is a must while traveling with OnePlus 5. But I think for someone looking for a device at this price range and performance, I will be suggesting it because if you don't mind the battery life as much, there is no disadvantages per se. You can charge it with 20 watt using cable, but you would need the proprietary brick charger from OnePlus, the red color one, and it charges the device to full within 40 minutes during my use. For the display, it's a 5.5-inch AMOLED with 60 FPS. The display colors are quite vibrant and good looking, but in my opinion, it still lacks the Samsung's punchy colors though. That's just my opinion. Yours might be different than mine. It has good viewing angles, and I do have complaints with viewing it outdoors. It's much better than the other devices in my previous reviews, but not as much when viewing under the sunlight. With these huge bezels, you can easily recognize the older generation, so it lacks in the design factor of 2022 also. Furthermore, there is a haptic home button which doubles as a fingerprint below, and there are the capacitive keys on left and the right side of the home button. The speaker is good for such an old device. Nothing outstanding, however it isn't much comparable to the S20 FE. You can check how that sound, I'll link it below. It has a bottom firing single speaker, and while speaking on phone, the earpiece is very clear. The overall speaker quality, it has better bass and loudness, but single speaker is not my cup of tea. I wouldn't suggest it for that, to be honest. Here we have a dual camera array without OIS. The primary camera is a 16 megapixel, the secondary being the 20 megapixel telephoto with 1.6x optical zoom. We can record videos at 4K 30 FPS max, and there are a few other subpar features like the portrait mode, which gets portrait photos with not proper alignment but usable. The slow motion is not worth it, to be honest, and the pro mode just lets you modify the ISO and shutter speed and the white balance. The camera application UI is very minimal and easy to use for beginners. Here are a few of the camera samples. Take a look and let me know what you think. The front facing selfie camera is a 16 megapixel wide camera, and it can record up to 1080p 30 fps with EIS. It gets the job done. The photos are acceptable, but they are not social media ready like Samsung shots with realistic color tones. The lack of OIS here also takes a toll on the quality during nighttime, as well as any motion related pictures or shots. So number 1, the slider for changing your sound profiles from ringer, silent to vibrate. It is one of the reasons to buy OnePlus. The feature is just like iPhone slider, and it's quite intuitive in my opinion. The haptic is great with Oxygen OS animation. It feels really good. The haptic motor is really amazing while using the device, while changing the applications, while browsing around the UI. You'll see the differences with other competitors. There aren't any other feature which I can recall, but the ceramic home button would be one, as it is distinctive from the current generation of phones. Alright, so if you're looking for a seamless design with good performance, better software, and ready to sacrifice some of the battery life, then go for it. But if you're looking for a device that has a better battery life, better camera, extra memory slot, you would be better off with some other devices. However, considering the price you can get this device at, it's a steal. It's worth every penny for the speed and gaming experience. Alright then, that's it from me. If you have any questions or like to know further, do let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.